Hello. Today I will teach you how to rate an effective restaurant or cafe review. First, we need to follow some steps. They are really important. Let us see them first. Steps of writing a restaurant review. Starting with choosing a restaurant to write about, focusing on the five senses or imagery, then writing or entertaining audience and using, of course, the proper vocabulary, okay? This is how we will see the restaurant review in an exam. You recently ate in a restaurant on the outskirts of Abu Dhabi. You have been asked to write a review of this restaurant for the school magazine. So simply here, you're writing to your fellow students, okay? Let us read these bubbles. They might be important. You might use them while you're writing. And of course, you have to add something out of your own. The restaurant offers a wide variety of vegan dishes, okay? The Barak crystal chandeliers and ornamental lights gave the restaurant such a lavish glamour, okay? Appealing or attractive look. Write a review for the school magazine giving your own opinion. The comments above may give you some ideas, and you can also use some ideas of your own. Your review should be between 150 to 200 words long. You will receive up to 8 marks for the content of your review and up to 8 marks for the language used. Okay? First, we need to go to the steps. The first step is to choose a restaurant, okay? So pick a restaurant you want to write about first. I don't recommend some chain restaurants, for example, like McDonald's or KFC. Reviewing a KFC is going to bore your audience, okay? They would never like it, okay? In this video, we will review Lemongrass. It's a restaurant in Abu Dhabi, a famous one in Abu Dhabi. While you are writing about the restaurant that you picked, check the menu. You need to make sure that the items offered by the restaurant appeal to you and you love them. While you are writing about the food in that restaurant that you have chosen, okay, while you are writing about it, remember, it's not all the food offered you like. You might find out that some food you don't like. So trying something for the first time is a good way to create interest. All this would create interest to your writing, okay? While you are writing about the food, you can also show a light-hearted tone by saying that you only can afford maybe eating in this restaurant for only for once, okay? Once in a lifetime. You can use expressions like these, as you shouldn't put a hole in your pocket, okay? Because you don't have that much money, okay? That's very important. So number one, we need to choose a restaurant, the menu, whether we love the food offered or we don't. Then step number two, we need to focus on the five senses. And here, five senses, I can write imagery, okay, as well. First, you can talk about what do you see, for example. You can see a magnificent decor. You can see walls painted in red, mirrors, okay. What do you smell? You can write about the spicy onion soup. You can use some really good adjectives like appetizing, okay. What do you hear? What do we normally hear, okay? It could be classical music, it could be Thai music, as we're gonna write about Lemongrass, that restaurant, which is mainly Thai restaurant, okay? You can talk about or write about those people in the restaurant, people chatting, okay? You can talk about waitresses and waiters, okay? What do you feel? It's important to write about this. You might feel cozy, comfortable in their whatever leather chairs, okay? That would be a good thing to write about, okay? What do you taste? And I think what do you taste is very important. What do you taste is very important, and one of the most important 5 senses that you should be writing about in your review. You can write about this, about the food, whether the food is the food that you ordered spicy, sweet, or savory. I mean, that's good as well. Take this piece of advice, which is important because some people might misunderstand it. When you write a restaurant review or a review about a restaurant, it's important to keep your notes short. Write about the different senses, okay? We need to write about the different senses. You don't have to write about the 5 senses. Four senses are enough, okay? But when you write about the different senses, you need to write in equal length. You may want to add or write more about the taste of the food, which is fine. It's okay, but to a limit, so don't overdo it. Now let us go to step number 3, entertaining the audience. And this is very important. In what way we can or you can entertain your readers and tempt your examiner to confidently give you the A star? Ask yourself this question. Another thing is that it's important to let your personality shine, okay? You have to be there in the review, okay? You're not writing an article, okay? You can use some humor. If you can, that would be great. Sometimes you can use idioms that show this humorous tone or how humorous you are. Never forget to use adjectives in your review. Adjectives, when it comes to restaurant or cafe review, are very important, okay? Simply by using these adjectives, by using these phrases, idiomatic phrases, you make sure or you ensure that your audience are interested, hooked to the end, till the end. And at the same time, it makes your writing sound what? Sound lively, okay? Again, using convenient vocabulary is very important. Bear in mind, it doesn't mean like you are in a restaurant, so I mean you love the food. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and you find out that some items of the menu don't appeal to you, so you still can list some downsides of the restaurant or cafe. If you have to do this, do it respectfully. It's okay, it's no problem if you write something a disadvantage or something that you don't like in that restaurant or cafe, okay? But do it in a very respectful way. And if you do this, you need to add support, because adding support, it means what? You will gain your audience trust. That's very important, okay? You need to write why this is a downside in your viewpoint, okay? Again, as I said, the vocabulary that you use, the pronouns, you have to be there. Your voice has to be very apparent, very clear. Even though sometimes when we write a review, people say like, what, do we have to be formal? Yes, to some extent we need to be formal, but again, your voice has to be there, okay? Now, I do believe we are all ready to write our restaurant or cafe review. But before you do this, let us read this sample, okay? It will definitely help you. This is the sample. Lemongrass, taste of Thai menu, okay? Of course, you still can write what? You still can write a title like that, okay? The title, you need to bear in mind, it has to be grabbing, catchy, okay? Lemongrass, taste of Thai menu. Introduction. Mr. How many paragraphs should we write? Okay, of course, introduction, as you can see here, that's 1. 2 body paragraphs or 3 body paragraphs, okay, and then the conclusion. Conclusion can be replaced by recommendation, okay? Somebody will ask, Mr., do we have to add subheadings? Subheadings are okay, so you still can write subheadings, or those who don't want to write subheadings, it's not an issue, okay? Great. Let us read the introduction. Lemongrass is an amazing restaurant. You need to write about what? The location, located in Galleria Mall, Abu Dhabi. I have recently dined there as a friend of mine advised visiting the place, not only due to its reasonably priced food, but also the magnificent decor, which makes you feel as if you were in one of those cozy Thai restaurants. That's a perfect introduction for Lemongrass or for the restaurant, okay? Then we come to the body paragraphs. Do I need to write a subheading for each paragraph? You don't need to do this, okay? Somebody will choose the restaurant, somebody will choose something that is relevant to what you are going to include in your body paragraph. That's very important. And here I wrote the restaurant. You might think of something more appealing to the audience, which is fine. The wide variety of vegan dishes on the menu was a huge relief to me. A good expression. My two-course meal consisted of spicy onion soup and a goat cheese salad, which was kindly amended by an extremely helpful waitress. Okay, you need to commend the waitress and waiters working there. It's a good thing. What did they do? Who replaced cheese with some organic walnuts. When the onion soup came, I couldn't help but smack my lips with the very first sip. The delightful taste soothed my body and soul. Okay, that was calming, was great, was relaxing. Then you need to add another piece of information. What's more, I must admit that I did not expect the walnut dressing on my salad would go so well with the rest of the ingredients. But I just have to say it. Yummy. Another body paragraph. I was enjoying my meal, being surrounded by typical decor of rather basic leather chairs, wooden tables and mirrors, beside the charming ambience. And ambience here means what? The character and atmosphere of the place. Remember, character and atmosphere of the place. Besides the charming ambience, I suppose the real credit goes to the caring and professional staff. Okay, that's fair enough. We don't have to write that much. Remember, we don't need to write more than 200 words, okay? Conclusion. Instead of the conclusion, on the second thought, I can go for recommendation. Recommendation, or you can add S as well. Overall, I would really recommend Lemongrass to anyone who revels in. Revels in means enjoys delicious and affordable Thai food. Okay, that's the review, and I think it's a good one. Okay, so remember, in the recommendation or the conclusion, when it comes to reviewing a restaurant or a cafe, these are the expressions, or these are the expressions that we should use. Something like I would recommend. Somebody else will do it differently. Like maybe if you don't want to recommend it, you can simply say I wouldn't recommend. You simply can say as well, I strongly advise you. I strongly advise you, okay, to whatsoever, or this restaurant maybe is not to be missed. Okay, and what else? You should give it a try. You still can do this. You should give it a try. Okay, these are some good phrases and sentences that you should use while you are writing the conclusion. So I think we have covered everything that has to do with restaurant review, how to review a restaurant or a cafe. Hope you found this useful. Thank you.